Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to start a webinar session on Arduino Everywhere. First of all, I welcome our principal, Mr. Sri Balaji, and I welcome our chief guest, Mr. Saravanan. And without wasting our time, I just hand over the session to our chief guest. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am S. Saravanan. I am working as assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in IEEE College of Engineering Technology, Sivagari. Okay, today we are going to see about the Arduino, how to program Arduino, and what is the base of Arduino. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask at the end of the session. Arduino, basically we know Arduino is a company name. It is an open source hardware and software company. The Arduino manufacturers, they manufacture development boards. There are many development boards they are manufacturing. Actually, the Arduino consists of a microcontroller. Then there are physical components in there. Then we can connect easily to computer, any other interfacing devices. Then it is a simplified language. Arduino is a simplified language we can use. Now we are going to see the features of Arduino. The Arduino has Atmega 328 microcontroller. Then it has operating voltage of 5 volt. We can use the Arduino within the range of 7 volt to 12 volt. It can admit from 6 to 20 volt, it can sustain. Apart from 20 voltage, it cannot sustain. Okay. Then it has 14 digital I/O pins and 6 analog input pins. Then it has a DC current for I/O pins as 40 milliampere. Then it has a clock speed of 16 megahertz. Okay, these are the main features we have to know about the Arduino. This is the features of Arduino UNO R3 processor, board, development board. Okay. Then we can connect the Arduino by using the power supply. So if we are using the in any project, we can connect using the power supply. For programming, we can connect using the USB card. So for programming the Arduino, we are using this type of connection. Then for in projects we are using the adapter. Okay. So basically, the Arduino has some inputs and some outputs. Inputs are of the sensors and then outputs are of the actuators. Then sensors are the transducers. We can say if you are using for the agricultural purpose, we need to sense the moisture of the sensor. So moisture sensor is the input for Arduino. Then we are going to control the motor, okay, or any other control valves that are the actuators. So that is the output from the Arduino. Okay. So this is the basic block diagram of any Arduino board. These are the real-time input sensors and these are the output actuators in real time. For on and off, we are using switches and push buttons in real time. Then temperature sensor for sensing the temperature. Then it's a water level sensor for detecting the level of the water in real time. This is the fire sensor. Then it is a pressure sensor and a displacement sensor. So these are the sensors. They are having their own purpose. Then these are the output actuators, relays, then alarm, then valve for agriculture purpose, then solenoid, then motor, then robotic control. We can control robotic arms using Arduino, then timer. We can use the internal Arduino timer, or else we can use the external timer also in Arduino. So this is the overview of an Arduino development kit. So already we have seen that it is having 14 analog pins, 0 to 13. These are the 14 analog pin, digital pins, and 6 analog pins. So this is the input analog pins. We can use this input analog pin as a digital I/O port. We can convert it through program. By using the program, we can convert the analog pins as digital pins. Then we are having 2 ground pins. So these are the supply pins, voltage input. This is the ground pin. So we are having 4 ground pins. So USB plug is used for connecting the computer. We can connect a computer using USB plug, and we can program the Arduino board. Then this pin is for external power supply. We are having inbuilt voltage regulator in the Arduino board. Then this is the processor Atmega 328. So this is the overview of Arduino development kit. Okay, so we are having internal controller and peripheral devices. Okay. In entry level, we are having these boards: Arduino ENO, Arduino 101, Arduino Pro, Arduino Pro Mini. So these are the entry level kits. Then enhanced kits. So varieties of Arduino boards are there. So these are the basic boards: Arduino ENO, LilyPad. So LilyPad is used for wearable devices. Then Redboard, Leonardo board, then Mega board. Next, we are going to see about the programming of Arduino. How we are going to program an Arduino. Previously, we are using assembly languages for programming 8085 that and all. We don't need to use these assembly languages. We are going to use embedded language. Okay, that is C language. We are going to create a program in our laptop. Then we can convert as a hex file from using Arduino IDE. Then we can fetch into Arduino by using USB cables. Okay. This is the process of writing a program in Arduino. So first we are going to type a program in laptop. Then by using Arduino IDE, we can convert to hex file. Then converted hex file will be fetched into Arduino board by using USB cable. So this is the elaborate diagram. Arduino IDE, we are going to write a program. Then we need to debug and compile the program. Then it will be converted into hex file. If it is converted into hex file, we can use a Proteus software for checking this simulation, or we can download the program to Arduino board. If it is any error, we need to change the program. Okay. First, we need to open the Arduino IDE. After installing Arduino IDE in our laptop, we can directly open from the desktop. So this is the IDE. So IDE is the integrated development environment. So this is the Arduino environment. First, the language is C++, as simple as C++. Once it is completed our coding, we need to compile our program. If there is no errors, we can directly upload the program to Arduino development board, or we can check using Proteus software. These are the basic statements, if any. For every statement we need to give semicolon, and we can use this double backslash for disabling a single line. We can use the slash and star for disabling any multi-line commands. Then for functions we need to use curly braces. These are the main functions in Arduino Sketch. This is the pin mode for configuring any pin. We have seen that we are having 14 analog pins, 14 digital I/O pins and 6 analog input pins. So which pin we are using? We need to define which pin we are using, which mode of operation we are going to set. Is it input or output? We need to set. So for that we are having the command as pin mode. Then digital write for writing the any pin to high or low. Then delay function, delay in microseconds. Analog write, so for writing analog data we are going to write as analog write. For digital write we are using digital write. Then serial begin, for serial communication we are using these three commands: serial begin, serial print line, then serial print. Okay, so these are for the outputs. These are the basic commands in Arduino Sketch. Then it is the basic structure of an Arduino Sketch. It is the basic skeleton. First, variable declaration. We can declare any variable at the initial of the program. Then void setup. We need to assign any pin. If the pin is an input pin or output pin, we need to set up here in void setup. In void loop, it is the main program. The main program will be executed in infinity times. Okay. So this is the basic skeleton of a program. This is a basic program. I am going to use pin number 13. Okay, so I am assigning pin number 13 as button, and I am going to set up the pin mode button output. Okay, so I am going to assign 13th pin as a output pin. So pin mode for assigning the pin as output or input, we are going to use a command pin mode. Then it is the main program. In main program we are going to digital write high. So the 13th pin will have output as 1. Okay, so output high. That is if we are connecting to a 5 volt or 3.33 volt, we will have output. Then we are giving some delay. After that we are switching off that pin. Okay, so this is the basic program for blinking any LED. So for some part of time it will be high. Then after some part of time, after some delay, 100,000, it will be off. Then after some delay it will be on. ultrasound delay, it will be off. Okay. So likewise, it will be doing for infinity times. Then some of the applications for security access, we can use Arduino board. So this is the RFID. RFID is the digital form of barcode. We all know the barcodes, right? In every product we are seeing barcodes. The digital form of a barcode is a RFID. In RFID we can change the labels, okay, but in products we cannot change the labels. So in this video, if you are seeing first, they are using two RFID. One is of blue color and one is white color. If he is accessing with blue color, it shows he is accessing using a blue RFID tag, then it shows access denied. Then so he is using a white RFID, the access authorized. Okay, this access is authorized. So they have programmed that the given ID is authorized ID, then other IDs are unauthorized ID. Okay, according to that the program working. Okay, so this is the simple application for security access. Then for smoke detection, we are using smoke sensors. MQ2 sensor is the basic smoke sensor. Then this is the it has 4 pins. First one is A0, D0, then ground and VCC. These are the supply pins. Then A0 and D0, these are the 2 pins. One is for triggering and D0 is for triggering this sensor. Then A0 is the output pin. Okay. So this is the basic connection diagram for smoke sensor. If any smoke is detected, the buzzer will blow. Okay. You can see one example video. If any fire detected, so it will be blow alarm. Then mini robot. Next example is mini robot. We are going to connect Arduino with a motor shield. So this is the shield for connecting a motors. So these are the two DC motors we have connected in wheels. Then this is the joystick in our hands. So that is one of the application. The next one, robot hand controller. For robot hand controller, we are using a plug sensor. So this is the variable resistance sensor, and they are using a Lilipad Arduino board. Then this is the one part. Another one is they have used Arduino UNO board for controlling servo motors. They are using servo motors and Zigbee converter. So they are using two gloves. So first one is gloves. Then this is the robot arm control. If you are moving one finger, simultaneously the finger in a robot, it will be moved. So that is the concept. So these are the sensors arrangement. These are the servo motor arrangements in robot. This is sample video. Here in gloves they have used Arduino Lilipad board, Zigbee module, flex sensors, then other peripheral devices. In robotic arm they have used Zigbee receiver, then servo motors, then Arduino board. Okay. So here he is controlling the arm of the robot. These are the mechanical parts. So this is the one of the application of Arduino board. Now we can have some demo sessions. So since we cannot show any hardware devices, I have arranged Proteus software for this. I have placed Arduino board here, then two LEDs with the ground. I have programmed to glow the LED one by one. So this is the program. So here I have used 12th pin and 13th pin as output pins. For that we need to assign 12th and 13 as output. For that, in void setup, So in program, in void setup, I have given that pin mode 13, so 13th pin as output, and pin mode 12th pin as output. Then in main program I have written as digital write 12 comma high. So 12th pin will be high, so in 12th pin the output will be given. Then delay 1000, so some it will come, it will give some delay. Then it will digital write 12th pin as low and digital write 13th pin as high. So 12th pin LED will off, then 13th pin LED will on. Then I am giving some delay. Then digital write 13th pin low. Okay, so 13th pin LED will go off. Now in simulation, I am simulating to load the program. We need to verify the program. The program is compiling. Okay, then it is done compiling. After compiling, we need to import the file here. So double clicking the Arduino board, we can have the program file. We need to load the program file. So in the same folder, I am having a hex file. So I am opening and give OK. After that, run the program. So first 12th pin LED glows and it switch it off, and 13th pin LED glows. So likewise the program continuously runs for infinity time. Okay, so that is what we have programmed. 13th pin as output and 12th pin as output. First we have switched on the 12th pin and switched off the 12th pin and switched on the 13th pin. This is the program for that. Then another example, by using any switch we can control the LED glow. Okay, here I have connected the LED in 12th pin, and in first pin I have connected a switch. Okay, simply it is a push button. I have connected a push button. If it is connected, the LED will blink, otherwise the LED will not blink. Okay, so that is the program. So in program I have assigned the second pin as button pin and 13th pin as LED pin. So it is the initialization part. So I have initialized 13th pin as LED pin. I have given a variable for 13th pin. I have given a variable for 2 as button pin. Then I have given a flag also, then button state also. initially the button state is 0, so we need to give that, otherwise it will be operate in reverse. I have used flag for loop. Okay, then in setup, the LED pin, I have given the LED pin as output and button pin as input. So push button is the input, the switch is the input, and the LED is output. I have configured that. Then in loop, I have given the button state as digital read. Okay, I am reading the button state. If it is switched on, the button state will be 1. Okay, so the button state will be high. Okay, so I am checking that button state is high. If it is high, the LED should glow. Okay, so I am switching on that LED. If it is high, I am switching on, else I am switching off. This flag is for continuously checking the button. Okay, I am running the simulation. Initially, LED is switched off. Now I am switching on. The LED blinks. Okay, I have used the blink program. Then I am switching off the button. The LED goes off. Okay, so this is the basic switch and a load program. Then next example. For LED configuration, I have connected the RS pin of a LCD in 11th pin, then enable pin in 10th pin of Arduino. Then I have connected D4, D5, D6, D7 of LCD pin in pin number 5432 of Arduino. Okay, this should be configured in program. I have given as for LCD, we need to include library. We include liquidcrystal.fetch. This is the library file for LCD. Then I am using the code liquid crystal LCD of 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is the Arduino board pins. Okay, 12. So here first RS pin has to be initialized, then enable pin has to be initialized, then data pins D4 to D7. These are the data pins. Data pins should be configured. So 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2. Likewise, we have to configure. Okay. Then I am assigning 16, 2 LCD. So for in setup, we need to give LCD begin 16, 2. Then I am going to print hello world. Okay. So this is the setup process for LCD. Then in loop, I am setting the cursor in 0, 1. That is at the there are 16 characters that is 2 rows and 16 columns. Okay, so this is 0 0, this one is 0 1. I am assigning cursor in 0 comma 1. So in 0 comma 1 the cursor will be here. I am counting that milliseconds. Okay, so I am counting the milliseconds by 1000, so it will count the seconds. Okay, it will print the seconds. I am running the program. I have already loaded the program here, so it is running. Otherwise it will ask the program file. It has printed the hello world at 0 comma 1 because it is printing the seconds. Okay, if I am resetting and again executing the program, it will show from the beginning. Okay, the next one, we are going to configure a keyboard and LCD and a motor. So in this, I have connected Arduino board to a motor drive. Then I have connected the motor drive to a DC motor. Then I have connected a LCD here. Then a keypad. Okay, so these are the peripherals I have connected to the Arduino board. And in program wise, the concept is, if I am pressing 7, the motor should be in forward direction. If I am pressing 8, the motor should be rotate in reverse direction. If I am pressing 9, the motor should off. Okay, so this is the concept. Then the commands should be displayed here in LCD. The command should be displayed. If the motor is in forward direction or in a reverse direction or stop. Okay, so this is the concept here in the program. In program, first we need to initialize. For initializing, I am first initializing the LCD board. For that I am including the header files, keypad and LCD. So LCD here. Then I am programming the I am customizing the keypad. So here in rows and columns, so 4 rows and 4 columns, I am assigning first row as 7, 8, 9, 8. So if I am pressing this key, so 7 will be displayed in the monitor. If I, according to that the program will run. Okay, then this pin is A, so I am assigning this pin as A. Okay, it is the division here, but I am assigning this pin as A. So likewise I have customized the keypad. Okay, then in setup, pin 16 and 17 I am assigning as output. Then I am configuring LCD. Then I am printing LCD as press key. Okay, first if the key 7 is pressed, I am writing digital write 16th pin as high and 17th pin as low, so the motor will be in forward direction. Okay, I have connected the motor in 16th pin and 17th pin. Then if it is A, the motor will be reversed. If it is 9, motor will be stopped. So this is the program. Then I am running. It is asked to press any key. I am pressing 8. So motor is rotating in reverse direction. So reverse motoring operation is here. Then if I am pressing 7, the motor is in forward direction. So forward motoring. Then if I am pressing 9, the motor stopped. So motor stopping. If I am pressing any other keys, the value will be displayed here, but the motor will not operate. Okay, so if I am pressing 4, so 4 will be displayed. I am pressing A. Actually, we have configured this button as A, so A displayed here. This button as B, so B displayed here. This button as C, so C displayed here. Okay. Other than that, I am pressing A, motor operates and in forward direction. Then if I am pressing 8, it is in reverse direction. If I am pressing 9, motor is stopping. Okay. So this is the basic motor control using Arduino board. Okay. The next one, PWM generation. This one is the virtual terminal in Proteus. This is the virtual terminal in Proteus. Then this is oscilloscope in Proteus. I have connected a 9th pin in LED. Then I have connected to a oscilloscope. We can see the what type of signal is coming out. Then in TX pin, I have connected to a RX pin of virtual terminal. So we can see what are the comments here coming out from the Arduino board. Okay, so we have the virtual terminal in Arduino also. So this is the program for PWM. First, I am initializing 9th pin A0 and 0. So here, in A0, I have connected to a pot. Okay, so pot is connected here. We can adjust the pot to vary the width of the pulse. Okay, I will show. So A0 pin, sensor pin, then sensor value. First I am initializing sensor value as 0. Then pin mode, I am configuring that LED pin as output. Then I am beginning the serial output. So baud rate is 9600. Then I am printing that PWM. So in virtual terminal it will be shown. Then sensor value, I am assigning sensor value as analog read. So I am reading analog sensor, that is a sensor pin. So from A0 the value will be read. Then the read value will be printed. So ADC value will be printed in virtual terminal. Then I am mapping that sensor value 0, 1025, 0, 255. This is for giving a PWM signal. Then I am printing that map value. So what is the map value here? So Then I am printing the value of V. Then analog write. So this is the program. I am running the program. So in oscilloscope, the PWM has been displayed, and in virtual terminal, the PWM is displayed, and the ADC value is 481, and the map value will be 119. So width is 119. I am varying the value. So if I reduce the resistance value, the width will be reduced. So width is reducing. Okay, if I am increasing, the width will be increased. So this increasing. The value also will be displayed here. Okay. So this is the program for pulse width generation. Next one. By using PWM, how we are going to control a motor. This one is we have seen already in the LCD and the keypad display. So if we are changing the pulse width, the value, analog value will be changed. See, motor speed also will change. So speed is reduced here. So analog value is low. So the speed also reduced. I am increasing the analog value. So the motor speed also increased. Okay. Okay, if you have any queries, you can ask. Google sir.
Sir, yes, sir. I think everybody satisfied with your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Shall we end it, sir?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the department, I thank the professor Saravanan for this excellent presentation. I thank the principal for this encouragement, and extend my sincere thanks to all the participants. And kindly fill up feedback form. Then you will receive a e-certificate to your mail. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.